Episode 10, 1882. Last episode, we had a random man crying. And we had Ham crying. We have 8 frigging days. And today, we'll be continuing our food line and our passenger line for Stroud. All that and more on the realm of in between. Hello gang and welcome back. Yes, we are down here just outside Burger Hill where we've got our first batch of tools that have been delivered down here. So the tools line is working. We're making half decent money. We'll get to the scoreboard very shortly. I just want to say a thank you to all those that commented last time out. I did love hearing your thoughts and your take on the line situation, the issues that we had. Basically with the line saying the input and the output was working, and yet the building still disappeared, and that was our timber and tools building that we were actually delivering timber to, but decided to shut down anyway. So it was lovely to hear your thoughts and your takes on that process and what you'd like to see as well, so thank you very much. Today we're going to be continuing on with the food line. That's right, we're going to be continuing on with the food line and potentially passenger line down near Stroud, Rift and Hankston. But I just wanted to draw your attention here to the fact that our tools trains are working. And in fact, if we have a look, I think it's at the train coming this way. I'll have a look as it comes out here. It comes around this little sharp bend here. This is quite a cool little tunnel piece. And we'll actually see it will have tools on the back here. Come on. Yeah, there they are. The tools are in there. All right. It is taking maximum tools. I want to see how many's on the deck actually sitting up here, and if we can increase the amount of tools that we can take. So sitting over here, there's 55. The other train coming down will take 30. And look at all the bricks sitting here. Oh my, my. Oh my, my. We might need to do just a little bit of a cargo update down here as well. I'd rather have more storage space empty than have products disappearing because of lack of space. Put it that way. All right, so that's pretty good. Everything's working fine over here. If we actually go ahead and look at our lines, there's still a couple of lines that drop in and out now and then, but for the most part, we've done a really good job nutting down a lot of the lines that we were losing on. Now, so I've said before, these passenger ones can actually probably get a change out soon. These stagecoaches, which is going to be a lot better. But the passenger ones are merely just a bumper to get the passenger trains, so the passenger vehicles, I'm talking about like the stagecoaches and stuff, are there just to support the trains. Oh, long-winded way. I should have just said that from the start. Right, we're leaving this place. I'm not really bothered about that. Let's just keep going over and building. We're making an all right clip of money. We don't owe any money to the bank as well, so that's really good. We were down here last time, so we've got our farm just over here. Now, please, today, farms, do not just disappear when I start to try and get this process working. That'd be a bit of a drama-packed affair. We can also get this into there. Wouldn't it be good if we could start producing, get that coal just there, that iron there, put it in there and start sending steel over to here. I think we'll have a little look at that, I think. But for today, yes, we've got to get this train line from here, which is actually bending around into the passenger service, bypassing through the passenger service, swooping down into here, but we haven't actually swooped it down into here yet. Right, so the other thing we have to do is get our track in, which we're utilizing that one, so we'll get rid of all of this track. I thought about moving this station, and I thought, no, it's probably fine where it is. It's literally just going to have a, it's going to have its own little train, basically. Well, hang on, how do I want to do this? You know what I'd actually really like to do? What would you like to do, Ham? Well, it's going to have a train go around, come in this way, and it just needs a turnaround point around here somewhere. But what I actually wanted to do It seems redundant having this if you put another train station in. I was going to put in a little, where is it? One of these. One of these. And I was going to just slot it in here and really just give it its own sort of identity and its own little train pull-in section, but look at the way it just chews away at the mountain, by the way. I think the best thing for this will be if you want to have a continuous train rolling around. Yeah, that too. You're also going to need to double track a lot of this, you know that. That's going to come from that way. Then if that comes that way, your turnaround. Yeah, unless you have it reverse out. So it's got to come back in here. Okay, get this thing hooked up and then we can play with the rest of it. How about that? Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. So, we are coming from this direction. I don't want you at that height. I don't mind you staying flat just for a little bit here. And now we can gradually come down on a longer, larger slope to about there. I'd say that's pretty good. And then basically, you can just stay flat now until you plug into that. Right, that's good. That's nice and easy. And then up into there. Now, this has to come this way. We're trying to keep you flat, but I was unhappy with this whole section just here, and I still am. So, what I kind of want to do, because I don't like this at all. Just too far out that way for my liking. It was just unnecessary. Get rid of that. The premise is right. I still want it around here, but we'll make it 240. I'm probably going to have to knock out a lot of that because I probably want it to sit more like that. And as much as that's chunking out the mountains and causing us a lot of money issues, just going to deal with it. I'm going to put that there as well. You know what, Ham? You're just going to have to bite the bullet and spend the money on leveling. Oh, it's such an unnecessary waste of money. But it's done now. It had to be done. Just fix that up if you're going to do that then. Get this all working. Get this all talking properly. Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Brilliant, because we'll probably end up getting a little connection up here too, will we? I mean, I guess so. It's a bit unnecessary. Yeah, it is a bit. You know what? I'm going to leave that. It's game's doing funny things. Okay. Don't delete that. Configure it. I am. Because we're not moving this train station again. We've spent the money on it now. We ain't moving it again now, boy. Okay. Put our track in. We're getting close to the turn of the century. Getting close to that 1900 time. 1882. We'll start to unlock some cool vehicles soon, which will be really nice. And yeah, we're starting to get some sort of legacy lines built in, I want to say. I want to say legacy, but everything's subject to change, isn't it? Now we're going to keep you nice and tight there. Now, I don't mind the bit of curve. I did add some more bridges in, by the way. Because of reasons like that. I want to break free. Yes, I want that like that. Keeping it nice and flat through here. All this waste of money that I put in last time except for about there. Lovely. And then this one, I want a bit of that, potentially. Yes, it doesn't have to be the exact same bridge everywhere. Although if it was kind of rusty-ish, it'd suit. Yeah. That's perfect. And then we're going to swing through here, which is going to cost us an arm and a leg. So we want to hit play so we can make money again. I didn't realize we were out of money, but when you realize that you spend it all in here, then yeah, you're out of money. You're out of money, honey. Try your luck next time, pal. Can we get a bit of play? What's going on? Yeah, so if I just look at this now, it comes in this way, comes around, and then it's going to swing down this way. Okay, got a little bit of money saved up again. Gotta get through here nice and flat, please. Yeah, that's pretty good. Got a nice 100k bend there, 140. Not that we're using that much speed at the moment, but it's going to be imperative that we get this sort of in place for later. And that's nice there. So we got a nice big flat bit of track all the way through there, which is going to be brilliant for us. The only rampy bit is this little hill section just here, which is actually on the 1 grade, so it's not too bad. Yeah, it might look like a lot, but it's actually not too bad. And the brilliant thing about that is what I kind of wanted to do. So we're going to have this train. I'm just thinking about my shunting train now. It would be ideal if the shunting train could actually come into here like that, right? And then it could actually come out here, keeping it flat, and bypass just here. That'll be nice. Yep. Now this farm here, it's going to have a train track run through it, but I will be painting in to make the farm look like it's actually doing farm things, as opposed to this is not surely its farm that it produces. So I will give it some plots of land and so forth. This is actually going to bury under there. Oh, this is actually going to be quite nice, because that actually will mean that when we put the farms together, it'll work really well. So now you can see just what I've done here. And I'm actually thinking now, because our train's coming from this way, and then they come back this way. So the trains coming in are going to head this way. Right. Okay, so what that means is that all trains coming down this line are going to head around this way. So if anything, I guess that's okay. They can deal with that. They're going to head around that way, down there, up there, pull in, drop off all the grain, potentially pick up some food as well, and then head back up this way. Now they can come through here, but we need to have this double tracked. Now what I'm actually thinking here is we actually put a track down the side here like such, which can also offer as a secondary platform. And we're going to need to break away from about here, like that. Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty good. And vice versa, we're going to have to actually double track up to that way. Right, got it good. Now we don't need another platform on here. We can literally just roll and rattle that train straight past there. I've got to fix up all the train line in that station, and we can basically, I guess we could let's just double track it all the way around, because we can always take it out if we don't need it. Now here's what we've done before. We've done a thing here, because I think originally what I wanted is when the train comes over the bridge, it's got to have a way to find its way basically in here. Okay. I hate when that happens. Don't give me a small section of track. Okay, so that's that. Now you've got to know you've got no way of turning around out here, but let's just have a look at this a sec. Up and back, up and back. All you need to do here is basically put a turnaround on it. That's horrible, is it not? Is there no better way to do this? Looks like a light bulb. I've just built the light bulb on it. I hate that. I hate that. Get rid of it. Make it better. Make it better. Keep it flat. Here's the other thing. It could have actually peeled off and gone down that way. Eventually it might. Do you want at least 50? Like 50 is going to cost you a little bit more. That's kind of what I'm looking for, something like that, just to get it back on track down there. Because you are going to come down this side, stop in at the station and go that way. Eventually it probably change out. That doesn't need to be a thing yet, so it can just sit there. That's basically how we'll look at that for the moment. Is it? Yeah, it is. Apologies, my microphone was really far away from my face, so that might have actually made the sound worse. Okay. How am I thinking here? I'm thinking now we can at least... Okay, we need to put a road from here down to here. So we've got a road there. We're going to put a little coastal one in. Yes. Coastal one like this. But I want a slight little bend on it. Like that. Yeah, nice. And then you're going to come straight down here. Yeah, that's fine. It's not straight, but I don't really care about that. This is going to get a change up to... I thought I did this already. I feel like I've done it to 2 others. And I've still got to do it to another 2. Yeah, because last time I just plopped these in and didn't change anything because I was still unsure if it was what we were doing or not. I see. Right, so that's done. Also, that needs steel too. Right, well, I think we should actually get these guys talking to each other. And in fact, can we put a bypass road in just here? We can have a back bypass road for these buildings. We're still going to need to put in truck stops. But what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to have a drop-off point for there. Am I? No, you may as well put it in now. Put the truck stop in now. I could just have drop-off points. We're going to need a truck stop here. My bad. Sorry, sir. Okay. You're going to need to have that. And same here. Now, which way do I want to face this one? Probably this way. Yeah, I'm okay for you to be like that. Just for the moment, and that's there. So that's going to talk to that one, and in turn we could send steel. Well, we don't have the coal yet, so we're going to get the coal over here at some point. It'll be another little money maker, just doing some stuff for us, and I just don't want it to run away, so it's best to put it in now. I don't want to have the trouble that we had last time. Stroud. No, what are we talking about? We're talking... Yeah, it is Stroud. Iron. Delivery via truck. Okay. Get a... Where are we putting vehicles? I think we should just have it outside of town here. We might look at doing trams at some point as well. It's something I wanted to look at. I think we've also got steam vehicles we can switch passenger vehicles over to. I need to double check what vehicles we had actually come and unlock. Right, so we plop that there. We buy some trucks. Okay. What do we got here? So you do iron ore, but these wagon carts look good. The European. Let's get like let's just say 10 and set them on Stroud iron delivery. Right, so they should do that. That's fine. We should start to see iron pop up here on the deck, and it does. So that's brilliant. That's going to be that little moneymaker. It's going to keep those guys engaged. It'd be best we can get coal ASAP to there, because that way we can actually engage some steel into there and some steel potentially into there. And then all that needed is actually sawn boards, which we are producing down here. But, and they're kind of supplying these ships that we have here. How much is on the deck here? 269. Wowzers. Wowzers trousers. And we've got combats on the deck here, by the way. So how good's this? We've got a whole nother shipment here. 27 or 35. You should have more than that, friendo. Okay. That just means our vehicles need upgrading at the other end, probably. They're not being able to lift and shift enough. Or we need to put more vehicles there. Okay, keep going. So, planning-wise, I think we're good here at the moment. They're going to do the thing there. Down here, it looks complex and over the top, but it's not, because our trains can actually, no, they can't rattle through there. They have to go this way. So all the trains coming back. Yes, because then that train will rattle into the station and do its thing, and then it departs again. These trains come down and follow through. They follow suit. These lines here are just a nicety to get trains in and out or maneuver them when we need to. It's very complex, I know, but it's a thing. So if we actually work on the shunting one now. Yeah, and we're going to have to put in some waypoints. Okay, so let's put in some track signals now. So you're going to be that way and you're going to be that way, right? Just so everyone knows, you are going to be also there. We'll do it with signals. We will do it with signals. Actually, you know what? This should, whatever comes this way has to wait for that one. All right, because this is not a line that's used frequently. Got some nice gaps between the tunnels here, sorting us out. So you're on the inside line, which is fine. I'm okay with you being on the inside track, because what it's going to allow us is to use this outside track here, and all the while we're building up some good money. We're going to be able to use this outside track to connect up to that. Right, so that's kind of what we're looking at there. And if we're going to look at along the same, that's why I wanted to make sure I grabbed the bridges now, because I wanted to make sure that we had bridges ready to go. 3.8 million. Oh, I don't need that yet, but just so you're aware, that's kind of what we're going to be putting in. Something like that. But for the moment, we're not not at that much money. We're only just getting ahead, and we've got to use it to buy trains and stuff yet. So keep up with the signal work, Cam. Right, in. Out. Out. Hey, hey, friendo. Don't mean to disappoint you, but you don't belong there. Plenty of signal work in at, like, I'm trying to space it out as best I can. But you want to have plenty of blocks in place so you can so your trains are moving nice and frequently. Yes, and then into there, and then around here. Another one there. Okay, back to our line. So, I'm actually going to tell you to go from here, around this way, through that signal. There you go. And it's done. And then into here. Yep. And that follows the bouncing ball of exactly what we wanted to do. And then it pulls in and it stops off at the station and keeps going. So that's brilliant. And look, if we ever needed to sneak a train past that way, the only reason I don't run this train, right? This train's not going to be running through here is because it would have to do a crossover here. So you've got these two trains constantly crossing. Whereas we can have the trains going the same direction. It's just one of them does a bigger loop and the other one does the smaller shunting loop. All right. So that's literally going to be that. And it's going to be... we're going to call these both the same sort of lines. It's basically Stroud, grain, train. Number 1. Okay, because we're going to have grain train number 2, grain train number 1. So if we actually take that and go Control C now, we can actually go new line. So, yeah, we can go here. That way. To there. To there. Now, I think while we're going here, I might actually do this. And until we get that train line over there, we're going to have... We're going to have that blue line at Rift Annex come into 1, right? Just to stop any sort of slowing or anything on the line when these trains are sharing. Yeah. And that's pretty much doing exactly what we want it to do right there as well. So that's brilliant. And then comes up here, does its thing, turns around, stops in here, and off it goes. All right, brilliant. Make it yellow. Make it yellow. Go Control V, and then we'll change that 1 to a 2. Brilliant. And all that requires now is for trains to be on that. However, we haven't told the trains why they're picking it up, for what reason. All they know is take grain to food place, which is fine. That will work. Firstly, we haven't got that hooked up to the train station yet. This one will work straight away, but what we're not telling this place is where it's actually going to be sending food to. Now, it makes no difference. We can get this train for this farm running right now. Right now. And we will. So let's get... do we have a depot over here, do we? Sort of. It is for this side. Does that mean we should work on the passenger service getting into here? I think you should get the train up and running first, Ham. Okay, well, if that's the case, let's chuck in a temporary freight yard out here. Because this, I think, if we can get a freight yard in here, might be an actual good place to run the freight yard for the future for the lowlands, okay? For this side of the lowlands, anyway. Now, if that's the case, let's just push in something like this here for the moment. Okay, I want you like that. Okay. Something like that, please. Yep. Oh, are you serious? Okay, well that's fine. What it means is this track in here no longer exists, and this one needs an adjustment. You need an attitude adjustment, buddy. Okay. There's like a little entrance to the building there, but little do we know is that how do you get to said entrance? Without said road crossing. Ah, pooey. Can I get you to come off like that? Come flat for me. Come flat for me, come flat, just flat your way. There we go. We'll make this look like a little rail yard after all. You're gonna have to go like there. Also, are you flat or is the ground just uneven? The track's flat. As long as you don't affect my track, I don't mind. This is me just gearing up for a little bit of decoration. This will all probably be changing anyway at some point in the future, but at least there's a way that people can walk to work. Yeah, this is not going to be staying like this. It's just a nicety. Just playing. I'm just playing, gang. Look at these. D13. This looks cool. The Baldwin 6-wheel. Got some cool variants in here. Right, there'll be no diesels yet. There'll be no steams. I mean, electronics. There will be steams, however. Now, here we go. This is a winner. Right, this is going to be our little shunting train. And we're going to put cargo-wise. Now, this, I've got some wagons here that should do both, I think. They take food and they take grain. Only at 5 apiece. But they do both. However, for the shunting train, we don't need it to do that. So these wagons here, that's a cattle one, that's a grain one. Duckin Goods Factory. That helps me in no way at all. Like a brown one. Give me like a, yeah, darky red sort of color. How many go in here, Ham? Oh, just some. Like 88 cap? Like 100 cap? Like that many cap? Because, whoa. 100 cap? Yeah. Set it on. Hank Stroud, grain one. Hey, look, first train of the day and we're not even done with the episode, team. Hey, slow down, Tiger. Brilliant. Look at these cool wagons. Great mod. Great mod. So, that's going to do 8 grain. Nice. And that train's going to go off and running. Right, let's get the next train in, which is going to be this one. But we have to tell it why, because it's got to bring food back for us. And then we're going to be delivering food from here into town, right? So the brilliant thing is the AI have got this kind of hilly section here they've decided they want to start a build up on, which is kind of brilliant for us because we're going to actually go ahead and put ourselves in a nice little bridge over here. And we're actually going to take it from up over here. So if we actually get a bridge from this section... I never know why the game does that. It can't build a bridge straight out from the terrain without doing some weird, like, slippery dip slide kind of thing. So you kind of set off on your own then to have to put in a bridge. But even when you start the bridge out, you can see what it does there. It just does weird things. Now, because this is industrial-ish kind of area, I do want to have bridges that kind of suit said industrialist area. But what I want is like a rusty old white looking over the head box girder. I don't think I have it. I think I had it in my last playthrough, but I don't have it in this one. I had it in the Billy's Bluff one, but I don't have it in this one. Just go with that one. No stress. What we can do is I can actually get rid of these buildings, which I don't like anyway. And we'll go cargo shed. We won't do cargo sheds. Cargo buildings. I love that cargo shed mod, by the way. What we'll do is we'll put the actual spot up here. Couple of rampy roos, bit of that. And that'll be how we do that there. What it means is we can get a better sort of gradual rampy section down here. And what it actually will mean is we can probably get a better turn out of there. So, I think the easiest way is to probably come from this way. Yep, so make that flat to about there. I'm going to prefer to do that. We can have like an unnatural barrier here. What we would do is we would probably get rid of some of these trees off the bank at the moment, right? Just so we can get this cleaned up and looking proper. Right, and that road leads into here. Bit wonky, but that's okay. And then what we'll do is we'll flush this in with some buildings in down here. And then what we'll do is we paint this up to look like it's been man-made. Now I could probably go ahead. Yeah, I want this one. I could probably go ahead and put some walls and stuff in. But if what we do is we actually make this thing, get that all through there actually. And then you get this, take the strength down. And we start to just really put in some solidity. And we make it look a little bit like cement spray has gone all over it. Concrete and cement sort of sections in it. Right, and then you would get your gravelly. Gravelly. And you'd probably blend that gravel through there. Okay. I don't know about down on here. We'd probably dirty that up, beach it up, make it look like more beachy sort of stuff down here. Probably have the strength up a little bit there. Considering that it is all water down there. Get rid of some more of those trees for a minute. Get rid of those in there. But we would sort of play with it and make it look like a big industrial area. And then couple that when we put the port in down here. You know, you're going to have a big port cut out of it and that sort of stuff. And it'll all look good. Trust me. I've got a vision of it in my head already. And I think we can make something look really good in here in terms of a port and a train yard and stuff. But you got to remember, we're in 1880s, right? So that's kind of where we're at with this. Also, have we got grain on the deck down here? We do. Beautiful. Look at that. Already plenty of grain on the deck. It's got none there, but it's because it had to go around. So it's going to come around and do a pickup. Right, so now that that road's in there, what we're going to do is take you straight over to here. You can be on that hill, but we're actually going to make you more hill as well. And we're going to do something cheeky here. This road here, which I'm happy for the AI to have. We're going to run this road around. We'll just make it look like it's a thing, because eventually we will have roads that hook up everywhere as a bit of a network. So we'll have roads that probably, you know, there's a turn-off point. In fact, it would have been better. This is all going to play into part in the future and look really good when we start to blend things through. So this should actually go up like that. That's even better. Yes, you always hope when you have a bridge and you want to build like a road underneath it that you can get a tunnel in there. The bridge looks like it's sagging just a little bit, but that's okay. I'm all about it because I get my tunnel. Yeah. Right. We're getting a little bit of a road network, and hopefully the AI, when it can take over these roads and build up there. And then this one can shoot straight up to there. In fact, you know what? I'm going to be really good there and put that in. Right? I think that's good. And then what we'll do is we'll chuck a little truck stop in down here for the moment. Always subject to change. I always say subject to change purely because I can only get the 21s in there, I think. Yeah, subject to change purely because the capacity is going to increase. Just put those in there for the moment, and then I'll chuck this. There, all right? Always subject to change. So, what we want to do in town here now is get a little food drop-off point, because this was Stroud's first, right? They wanted the food, so they get the food first. Down in here, we have actual truck stops, and I prefer these truck stops over using... So I don't like just walloping one of these sheds in town. Yeah, they're okay. I prefer these truck zones like this. Now, they look a bit futuristic for what we're doing, yes, but care factor 0. So it's going to come to there. So our line instantly is going to be from here to there, which means they do a nice little turnaround and come back up straight on themselves. You can be that color as well. You are going to be just called Stroud Food Delivery via truck. Okay. Right. Get it, got it, good. Got it, get it, good. Right, get me some trucks in there. Well, we're actually out of money, so I can't get you anything. We need that train to land, and where is it? Oh, it's over here now. We need this train to go in and land and pick up its first batch of grain and start dropping off. Though we are starting to make some money. Whereabouts will we be losing? The Stroud grain train. Yeah, it's costing us the most. The Burger Hunt con match train, which does the tools now. When it makes money, it makes a bucket load of money. So don't be disheartened by the fact that it keeps dropping in and out, because when it lands, it will land and make good money. This train here can instantly get more wagons on it. Damn it, we're in the red a lot. So it's going to be one of those points of the game now where I'm going to actually do a stop and wait. Okay, team, so here's the long short of it. The savings is going so slowly. So what I've decided to do is we've paused at 3 million. I'm going to take a loan out for the rest. Plus we need a little bit extra on top. Oh man, I didn't want to take out that much loan, but we have to, and I'll show you why. So when we buy our vehicles, we're going Steam. I'm actually thinking we want something fairly quick now. So I'm thinking something around the 80. Now that does 40. I've switched everything to miles per hour, by the way, just so I can, so that does 31 miles an hour, just so I could change it up for a lot of people at home and mix it up a little bit. So we're going to miles an hour. We'll switch back. We'll sort of vary between the both now and then. So I think what we'll do is we'll go for this one, which is 50 miles an hour. And I think it was used as an express train. Can we use it as cargo? I'm looking for anything around that also might be. No, okay, so the mogul it is. So we'll go the mogul. We're going to add cargo. We've got to have these ones, which are less capacity. Are they? These are 8. Yeah, which kind of bites as well, but it is what it is. We're going to go with, I want to be able to have the capacity of at least 100 and, how big is that train? 130, which is 230 meters, which is 8.8. So buy that. Now, what I did in the meantime, I put in a little line from just here over to here, Stroud Farm grain delivery. So what we'll do is we'll buy the vehicles for that now. Yucky poo. And I've put the, of course I put the building over there. Just wallop one here for me as well. Just because I want these vehicles out nice and sharp. Now, these are literally just grain vehicles. 5. Probably use these. These are 1.5 ton. I don't really, they're 2.5 ton, by the way, those ones. We'll just go with this one here. And I will go with 10. It's a short trip, but it's a trip that needs to keep that grain topped up. Stroud Farm, grain delivery. And what I will do with that one is I will tell it to, hey, don't hang around like a bad smell. Get your brethren in and out. All right, so those guys are going to go out of there. The train's going to come out of here. Once we sit it on the line, I just lost a lot of money. I also have to get trucks onto this line over here. So that was called, that's that one. That's the Stroud food delivery truck. So this one here, we will have closed wagon. Let's go with 6 for that to start with. Stroud food delivery truck. All right, so that's got all of our lines hooked up. Basically, we're telling now that this food gets made down here, that we want to actually convert it, we want to convert it into food, which then gets delivered to Stroud via the train that we have going up and down the coastline here. Now, we have to tell that train what it's actually doing. Hey, buddy, I know you've got a train in there. Yep. Hey, mate, you're now going to be sitting there wasting us money. Can you please go on? Grain true. Okay, wait. Whoa, we've got 1.4 in the bank here, so I'm going to repay some money back instantly. So we've still got 6.5 million loan again, which is what I wanted to avoid, but holy moly, the savings were going slow. But at least now, we've got our track ride for the day. We've got our train on here. Give us a whistle. Anytime now. I could inadvertently make it do a whistle. I had to force it. Had to force the 10. All right, track ride today. Here we go. Enjoy this one. We'll go at 2 times. Thanks for hanging out today as well, gang. Another episode down, episode number 10. Next episode, episode 3, we're going to be still here working around Stroud because we might do a couple of refinements to a few things. Next episode, I want to do some truck upgrades around the place as well, start getting some things upgraded. And straight across the river, straight ahead of us right now, we're going to have to bring a massive bridge from there over in to Stroud from Rift so we can get a passenger service hooked up, synced up, and connected up so we can get people lifted and shifted and moved along this line. Also, Ham, you didn't fix up this station. That's not my fault. It's exactly your fault. Stay safe, stay glued to your screen, and until next episode, get out of here.